Hey guys, it's Mike McElwain with another episode of Workout 101 on workouttrainer.com right here at Total Body Fitness Gym in Oak Park, California. Today we're going to be talking about a low incline cable curl, okay, using both arms. So I'm going to demonstrate the movement, talk to you guys a little bit about the technique involved, and then what parts of the muscle, in this case the biceps, that we're hitting, and then how to incorporate it into a workout program. Alright, so here we go. Just lean back here, head's nice and flat, arms are out, curling.
I have one in a box downstairs.
And we'll go ahead and relax. Alright. So first things first, let's talk about every step of what this exercise is called. Low cable, incline, bicep curl with both arms. Alright? It's very important to understand the reason why I go into such long descriptions of these exercises, because everything matters. So when I'm talking about a low cable, cables are at a low point. Incline, you have an incline bench here. If you had a flat bench, or if the bench was upright, it changes things, okay? Cable curl means you're curling, emphasizing the biceps, using both arms. I could lay back here and I could only focus on one arm at a time. I could do alternating arms. Those things change the dynamics of the movement. So there's a specific reason why I'm doing with both arms versus just one arm, etc. Alright? So to get set up for this exercise, you gotta have a cable set up like this, or a universal machine or cable crossover machine. Some of the free motion machines that they have in a lot of gyms, same thing can happen. You just have to make sure that the cables are wider than your shoulders. And if they're a little bit closer, the angle of this upper arm has to be consistent with the angle of the cable. What do I mean by that? Okay? So when you're out here and you're holding on to the cables, the idea is to let your arms basically just be an extension of the resistance, which are the cables. So as I curl up here, my upper arm, where my bicep is, has to remain in the same angle or line of resistance that the cable is to really target the bicep. If I were to come up here and I were to lift my arm, you're using other muscles besides the bicep to actually curl the weight up. So therefore, my upper arm has to stay in a parallel position. You can see my upper arm and the cable are relatively parallel with one another, okay? There's a slight angle change because of I'm actually curling up, but my upper arm has to remain still. I'm not raising, I'm not turning, it's just an extension of the cable. And therefore I'm putting all the emphasis onto the biceps. Of course there are other muscles involved by holding the weight, but the primary load is stressed on the biceps. Why do I have a incline bench versus a flat bench, or even if the bench was in a vertical position? The reason why is because I don't want to hyperextend my shoulders and compromise my AC joint and some of the other surrounding ligaments. If I had this bench flat and I were to go ahead and try and execute this movement, could I get the same type of benefits to the muscle? Absolutely. Okay? But because you're curling here, what can happen is the angle at which my elbows are at are entirely different than if my hands were turned out just like this, okay? So on a flat bench here, if I'm curling up just like this and doing the same type of thing, it's an entirely different exercise. Because if I sit upright here, now my elbows shift out, my hands shift out. Just by turning your arms in and out, it places different loads onto the bicep head, okay? By laying flat like this, I'm putting more load onto my long head of my bicep, okay? Just like if I were maintain this position and doing, that's almost simulating like a standing cable concentration curl, but because of the angle, it puts more load onto the long head of the bicep. But as soon as I change this position and change the angle of my body, now what happens, this angle here, which I was like when I was in a flat bench, changes now. Notice the angle of my arm here. As I come down, and now I pull this up to execute the movement, I'm no longer curling like this. I'm leaning back, the angle of my arm shifts. Now, my elbow is rotated forward, and I'm curling up here, okay? that changes the dynamics of how the bicep is hit. In this case, like an incline cable curl, using both arms, low cable curl, we are emphasizing the short head of the bicep, not the long head. In the case of emphasizing the short head of the bicep, guys, we are adding more girth and width to the bicep. Of course, both heads are working, but primarily just changing on the positions of our shoulder and how we rotate, the position of our hands, changes up which part of the biceps that we actually hit, okay? So the technique of this is you have to use an incline bench, low cable attachment, make sure you stay still, that my arms are in a parallel position with the cables as I curl up here, and I don't want to lean my head forward so I can see my biceps in the mirror. You want to keep a neutral spine to where your head's back and just focus and think about both arms, concentrate. If you have to and you have a mirror in front of you, if you guys want to check yourselves out, just look to make sure that your arms are even, so you don't want one arm here, one arm there, okay? But that's all you want to do is maintain this position. The only working lever is the lower arm, which is going to target the short head of the bicep. So if you guys want a workout program that utilizes this specific exercise, an actual resistance training program that is structured the right way to get you the results that you're looking for, log in, sign up, become members of the site, guys. Everything is free. There are optional upgrades that which allow you to get advanced features, but the workout programs, the articles, the content, the calendar, all the applications that allow you to track and record and go actually physically do the workout programs, not just get the information, are available on the site. I highly recommend that you guys sign up, at least become a part of our community, because that allows you to get structured workout programs that some of the other members have created, as well as myself, and even create your own. So that if you have a workout program that you follow, stop writing it down in a notebook, printing it out on the computer, or tearing it out of a magazine. You can literally go in there, create the workout program using our applications, bring it up on your phone, go to the gym, and do it that way. If you guys have any questions, ask me either on Facebook or in the community. There's a trainer feature. You can click on that, find me, ask me a question, I will get back to you and answer. Until next time, guys, this is Mike McNamara with another episode of Workout 101 on workouttrainer.com right here at Total Body Fitness Gym in Oak Park, California. Take care.